trust is without all, and it will upon the wall.
First of all, Veronica, that was excellent. Well done. That was amazing. It's probably saved me actually, because I think you defined Dad's character so perfectly. In all honesty, I tried to write a speech, but I just couldn't find the arrangement of words to be equal to the love that my father gave. You know, at times like this, language and vocabulary just feels too small for something so immense. You know, I feel the heart is probably the best tongue to use to translate what I want to express. There's many people to thank. I'd probably like to thank all of you individually, but on behalf of my dad, I'd like to thank Father Mario, a priest very important in my father's life. So thank you so much for coming to do this for us. Our Lady of Lourdes Church, which is a church that I was baptized in, me and all of my sisters did our first Holy Communion and confirmed into the Catholic faith. I'm a part of a different parish now, but this place will always feel like home. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out today, being so generous with your time. I'm sure you have places to be, people to see, but you're here for my dad, and we appreciate that. I'd like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ, because even when I forget him, he doesn't forget me. And that's like, as flawed as I am, he's never abandoned me, or my father. He gave me a present, Dad, and I'd just like to thank him for that. And hopefully, if possible, he can allow my dad to hear me speak today. My dad was a good man. He was a funny man as well. It was hilarious, actually. Dare I say, I may have got my humor from him. A righteous man walks in his integrity, blessed are his children after him. That's Proverbs 27. And what that basically means is the goodness and moral discipline doesn't just benefit an individual, it ripples out and it blesses families and communities. And when I look out here today, I see family and communities that were blessed and touched by my father's integrity. I forgot to thank my sisters as well, actually. Guys, I didn't write anything, so I might forget a few things, but my sisters are so wonderful. And they was the pride and joy of my father. He gave me 4 of them. Good luck trying to make a business decision with 4 women. But eventually we get there. I'd like to thank my brothers, Michael and David. Although he wasn't their father, he was a big part of their life, and they was a big part of his life. Although Michael chose to support Liverpool, David stuck it out with Man United. Me and my dad would often ponder what we would describe as the quiet mind, which is, we came to a conclusion that we think it meant the calmness beneath thought, which is pretty deep, as my sister told you, he studied philosophy. But we would often wonder what that really is, the quiet mind, as me and my dad fancied ourselves a little bit of warriors because my surname is McHugh. And on a quiet evening once, we researched who Hugh actually was. And he was a Celtic Irish warrior. And as the sons of Hugh, we felt as though the quiet mind would be something we would eventually achieve through faith. And my dad has finally achieved that. Probably my greatest honor in my life has been to carry my dad's coffin, because that's a man who carried me when I was low, when I was sad, you know. The truth is, when I was in my dad's presence, that was actually a man that loved me more than he loved himself. And he's the only man that wanted me to be a better man than he was. I didn't tell my dad enough. I wish I did. I really wish I did. I wish I told him more that I loved him, because I truly loved him. But I didn't just love my dad, I respected him. Sometimes for a man that's more important to be respected. And I truly respected him for his morals, how he treated people that couldn't do anything for him. He taught me to give love without expecting it in return. How to treat women. I'm doing all right, I think. Most importantly, he gave me the gift of faith. He introduced me to Jesus. And I think that's the best thing a man can give to his son. To speak about my dad for the whole time I know him, I don't think I can. I've not got enough time, and I don't want to be up here speaking too much. But I do want to make it known. I think he would like me to tell everyone he actually went out with a fight. He truly did. My beautiful mother. Hey. My mum, yeah. She was a wonderful woman. I don't even drink a cup of tea anymore, so she'd be thinking what's going on. She was such a wonderful woman, and it was actually probably, now again in hindsight, I can look back and think what an honor it was to share this pain with my dad, of losing my mum, because it was deep. Not just for me, for him. But he never ever folded. I never saw him cry. I never saw him quit or question God. And he had his own battles. And I just wish maybe I could have probably been there for him through his battles, but he wouldn't have allowed me to anyway. That's the kind of man he was. But as I was saying, he went out with a fight. I want you all to know that. I saw him on his deathbed. I was with him for every other day as much as I could be. And one small funny story is about 4 weeks. He'd been in hospital for about 4 weeks. And I turned up one day. And if I'm honest, he was in a bad way. Like, he was struggling to breathe. He had this thing on his face. And I was there, and I just said to him, Dad, you ain't got to talk. Because when he's speaking, it was hurting. I said, you haven't got to talk, I'm here. So I was just sitting next to his bed, relaxing. And then I saw him sort of struggling to try and get this mask off his face. And I was thinking, Dad, you can't do that. But I thought, let him get a second. So he took it off, and he's like, Nurse, I'm ready to open my bowels. And I said to him, I hope that's not your last words then. So I said to him, this is what I mean, Dad, at least we're fighting. You have to fight. Because I think between me and him, we knew this was looking a bit like a sticky one. Pardon the pun. But I said, at least you're throwing some jabs back, Dad. At least you're jabbing back. And he's like, yes, son, a smelly jab. But yeah, guys, this is tough. It is very tough. I could waffle on forever. I just like to, my dad, if he's here, I'd just like to say, sorry. What an absolutely amazing voice, Judy. Thank you so much, and Miss Geek. Thank you so much for being here. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful voice. But just to sign out, I'd just like to say, Dad, thank you so much for being an amazing father. The truth is, he was actually my best friend. He was my best friend. I just didn't tell you that stuff because me and my dad wasn't really like that. But he told me every day that he loved me. So to all the sons out there and daughters, make sure your parents know you love them because they love us more than they love themselves. Regardless if you feel that they speak slow or you've got some sort of a grudge, you shouldn't be holding a grudge with your parents. And I just pray, Lord, that Lord Jesus Christ can have mercy on his soul and forgive him of his sins. He absolutely loved my football club, SC Dons. He is SC Dons. I'd like to thank all the SC Dons community for giving him so much time and respect. And we're going to do our best to win some silverware for him this season. As a son and dad, I'm going to keep your name alive. Everyone will always know your name. My children, everybody. I'll say your name forever. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
we've all lost people. We're all going to lose people in life. I mean, when I lost Paula, it was like I'd lost my life myself. But I hadn't. I still had the children. I still had my grandchildren. And I carry on my life, living it the way I think she would have wanted me to live it. I care about my grandchildren like she cared about them. She loved them. I love them. It's about love. And that's what this football club's about. We don't care about dying. Dying doesn't mean anything to any of us. Because what matters is how we conduct ourselves in this life so that we can move on to a higher realm when we do have to actually pass this world. And I want to thank every single person in this room for your contribution to this cause. Thank you very much, everyone. Anything for Paula.